day that they buried George Wallace. I grew up in Alabama. Billy over there smoking a cigarette. Grew up in Alabama. Shona, who's never smoked a cigarette in her life, grew up in Alabama. Brad, who smoked many cigarettes and plays drums, did not grow up in Alabama. But we took him there and we showed him around, and they made it one of their own, whether he likes it or not. John F. did not grow up in Alabama, but he was born in Ohio. A whole lot of people from Alabama moved to Ohio to get the fuck out of Alabama. So he could have been born in Alabama, but he just wasn't. And then he moved to Savannah, Georgia. I'm sorry. Savannah, Georgia is Alabama with older houses. And of course, our dear beloved Spooner Oldham. He's about as Alabama as it gets. Spooner was part of what inspired the good part of this song, because Spooner was somebody that made a difference in all that shit. Spooner was writing and playing his beautiful keyboard parts on soul records back in the 60s, back when people were being hit with fire hoses and chased by police dogs. Spooner is part of what made the difference. Spooner Oldham. When I did, and Lord knows you grew up when Spooner did. Whether you liked it or not, you won't deal with the legend of George Wallace. Because George Wallace was the governor of Alabama for about 40 years or so, over a 30-year period. I didn't know he could be governor so long. Thank God you can't stay president that long. If he was president right now, it would not be quite as fucked up as it is right now. And that being said, I wrote this song from the devil's point of view on the day that they buried George Wallace. Because it was the only way I knew how to eulogize the man that changed our lives and formed our foundation so much. This song is George Wallace from the devil's point of view. Throw another log on the fire, boys. George Wallace is coming to stay. At St. Peter at the pearly gates, I'd like to think that a black man stood in the way. I know all should be forgiven, but he just played that hand a little bit too well. So throw another log on the fire, boys. George Wallace is coming. Wallace is coming. They said he was the best friend a black man from Alabama ever had. And I have to admit, compared to some other people, I gotta say George Wallace ain't even that bad. And if it's true that he ain't a racist like he says, and all them things he did was just for votes, I guess hell's just a place for kiss-ass politicians. George Wallace is coming to stay. I know in the end he got the black people's votes, but I bet they'd still vote him this way. Hell's just a little bit harder. out the devil's got a wallace sticker. I said the devil's got a wallace sticker. I said the devil's got a wallace sticker. It's gone. Writing a song, and about this point in the song, all of a sudden I had a vision. I was playing with my band at the Von Braun Civic Center in Huntsville, Alabama, in front of 9,400 people, which is exactly slightly over capacity, and they were packed to the rafters, and we were playing loud rock and roll music, and it felt good. To this point in the song, and three very beautiful backup singers came out dressed as Alabama cheerleaders, and they walked up to the microphone. Three beautiful backup singers, and I swear to God, one of them was pregnant, wearing Alabama cheerleaders.